Hey guys, Prep Pro 2717. I wanted to do a quick video on my, I guess you could call it a 72-hour bag, bug out bag. Call it what you want. I call it my absolute last resort bag because I don't plan on walking around with this thing strapped on my back unless I'm just testing it out, because my plan is to post up at the house, hang out here with my family, just keep everything warm, dry, and safe. So I guess I'll get straight to it. If I happen to have to take off and leave the comfort of my house, I'm going to carry these things with me. We'll start up here at the top left. We have my penny stove, which you may have seen in a video that I've done on this penny stove that I made. It's the only stove that I use when I go backpacking. It works great. A lot of people will take, Brunton stoves or whatever it is their backpacking stove is with their fancy canisters of fuel, and man, I love this stove. It's something that I made and I use, and I feed my family with it when we're out backpacking. So also in this case is some aluminum foil on the very bottom. There's a folding fork and spoon in there, plastic fork and spoon, just a little hiking spoon. There's a plastic cup with measuring marks on it for quarter, half, 3/4, and 1 cup measurements. Those two little bottles, you can just see the lids there, water purification tablets. In this little bag there's matches, there's a lighter, there's a magnesium stick, and there's some wire that I have down at the bottom of this, maybe snare wire, or if you need to hang something over the fire or whatever. That's basically what's in that case there. To the left of that is a fuel bottle with denatured alcohol that's used to fuel that stove. You can also use that to start a fire if you need to dump that on something and use the striker off the magnesium stick in there. That's always an option. Down here is your first aid kit with of course you buy the first aid kit and you can pick it apart, and there's things that aren't needed, there's things that maybe you want to add to it, which is basically what I did. I just kind of customized it for what I think I might need. Allergy pills are in there, there's some pain meds in there, there's added some things, took some things out as needed. Down here, Motorola Talkabout with the weather channel on it, so you can get emergency weather conditions. A little headset for that if you don't want to make a bunch of noise. Everybody in my family has one of those Talkabouts. They're not all the same one, but we can all switch to whatever channel we desire. We always use the same channel. Here's one of those flashlights that I got from Costco that I have on a video on my channel, if you've seen that. I have that piece of plastic in there so that the batteries aren't connected, so they're not just dying in there. Last thing I need is to have to pull that thing out in an emergency situation and find that the batteries went dead on me. This is a LED headlamp. Takes 3 AAA batteries. Both of these take AAA batteries. This Motorola Talkabout takes AA's. I have some spares in here that I'll go over in a second. Here is a Leatherman Wave, my multi-tool. Back up here is my GI canteen with a aluminum GI cup on the bottom of it, which I use for cooking over that stove, and I've used that in the woods just like that. I would normally take my little cook set that has a little kettle and a stand and a windscreen, but just for the sake of this setup, I wanted to go obviously more compact, lighter weight. I put the stove in this thing so that it is made out of pop cans, Heineken beer can and pop can, and they could be crushed. So last thing I need is to accidentally fall on it or step on it, so that kind of protects it, keeps everything else dry. Down in this pack is in this little film canister is a sewing kit, safety pins, that kind of thing. There's a roll of duct tape that I just took some duct tape and wrapped it around a segment of pen. Down here is a pen to write with. In here is there's a mirror inside this little face paint compact deal. Toilet paper. In here is toothbrush. What I ended up putting in there are those little Wisp. They have they're disposable toothbrushes with a toothpick on one end, and I put 3 of them in there. There's some lip balm in there. There's some dental floss, stuff like that in there. On the back of this pack, I don't know if you could see that, but right there is a little tube that has a glow stick in it, and you can open and close it, adjusting the amount of light that you let out. Moving over here, in this bag is 3 days worth of Mountain House meals, which is what I'd plan on eating if you know, the situation called for it. There's also a couple of trail mix bars in there. In this bag is extra clothes, socks, underwear, pants, shirts, one shirt. There's a boonie hat in there. There's a wool watch cap in there. Some gloves sitting there on top. Down here is rain gear. This is a raincoat, rain pants. Back over here in this bag, there's a stainless steel folding shovel. There's a SOG Flash 2 right there, which is the folder that I keep in here. What I don't have sitting down here is the knife that I made, my little bushcraft knife. I throw that in there. Have a compass, a couple bundles of paracord that I have daisy chained up. In this little plastic box is extra batteries for the flashlight, headlamp. There's a little fishing kit in there with hooks and a couple bobbers. There's some wire ties, a construction size garbage bag. Underneath all that is a pack of baby wipes. I have a 2-man tent right here that's strapped to the outside of this waterproof dry sack backpack, which I got from Costco for 25 bucks. It works great. Hopefully I never have to find out if it's going to work in this type of situation, but that's generally it. In addition to this, I would carry my everyday carry stuff, my pistol and all that stuff. You see that in my other video. If you want to see anything else, let me know. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe if you wish, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.